Welcome back, travelers. We're in Montevideo, Uruguay, bringing you tips on how to get here and where to stay during your trip. If you decide to fly in, Montevideo's airport has a large majority of their flights between Brazil, Chile, and Argentina, so there's a high probability you'll have a connection in one of these countries before arriving. If you're in Argentina coming to Uruguay, you also have the option to take the Buquebus ferry instead of flying, as there's a ferry terminal in Buenos Aires and in Montevideo. Since it took us about 12 hours to fly to Buenos Aires, we decided to take a break from planes and try the ferry. There are two options with the ferry. Option 1 is to take a 1 hour 15-minute ferry to a bus stop in the town of Colonia in Uruguay. From here you will take a 3 hour and 15-minute bus to Montevideo ferry terminal. Since we were short on time, we went for option 2, which was a fast ferry offering non-stop service directly to Montevideo, taking only 2 hours and 15 minutes. Before boarding the ferry, you were given shoe covers so everything stays nice and clean inside. We were really impressed as it felt more like being on an airplane than a ferry, just with a lot more room to move about. If you prefer to fly, the fast ferry is pretty much the same price as the 1 hour flight between Buenos Aires and Montevideo on Argentina's government-run airline, Aerolíneas Argentinas.
We stayed at the Hilton Garden Inn Montevideo and we were really impressed with how nice it was and its centric location. The rooms were really beautiful, and even though they used 220 volts in Uruguay, they had special receptacles to accommodate 120 volt plugs. As with all Hilton Garden Inn hotels, breakfast is complimentary for Gold and Diamond members, and it was a great way to start our mornings. The hotel was also connected to a giant mall, which was extremely convenient for us because you didn't have to leave the building to walk over to the mall and go shopping. We also found some great restaurants within walking distance of the hotel. Thank you for joining us in Montevideo. Make sure you like the video and subscribe so you don't miss our next adventures.